Hey, what's up, guys? Back again with hopefully soon to be. No, it's not the last edit, but I'm back again with another video of the Acura Integra build. As you probably saw in the caption, I finally got the motor in, and it was completely insane trying to do because as you guys remember who has been following along, I took the motor out from the bottom and I was contemplating buying a hoist. And if you look up there, I mean, I don't have like anything over to like get in the way of it. And then back here, there's some beams. I was gonna do like a chain hoist, but that just it wasn't gonna work out. So I just was thinking like why can't I just put it back from the bottom? And I knew that I could, but I did, look around a little bit for information on exactly how, which I think it's pretty obvious how you would jack the front of the car high enough to get the motor under it, and then everything else from there should be pretty much, common sense. But the thing that wasn't the common sense, well, it was common sense, but I'm just stupid. I had this jack, and this jack obviously cannot get the front end high enough. So I went to good old Harbor Freight and I bought the 3-ton jack, which was not able to get the front end up as high as I wanted it. So I put the cinder block on the jack. I know it sounds sketchy, but I don't really care because I wanted to get this motor in. And yes, the car almost fell on me before. Like I wasn't under it, but I was doing work on this side. I was seeing if I how high I can get this side. And like an idiot, I'm using the blue jack with that little jack as a combination to get it higher. And it was working. I'm not going to front. It was working for a little bit until the car caught a little bit of motion, and then the car wound up on the ground on top of the jack with that jack wedged in between. So I had to get that jack off that jack, and it was just a jacked up situation. No pun intended. But I uh I finally got the motor in. So yeah, I used these. Well, I don't know why I came to the darker side, but I had the jack stand. I cut some solid chocks of wood just to get an extra height, which I didn't even need to. I had the jack stands at their like max height, which I don't know what it is, but it was there, and that's where the car was resting until I felt stable enough with the cinder block. Then I jacked it the uh, the final amount that I needed, and then I was able to push the motor under. Oh, and that's one thing I forgot to mention. I did take the intake manifold off. I took the intake manifold off to get it under the car, and then I bolted the intake manifold on. And for those videos that skip the unbolting process of the intake manifold, you should definitely leave that in there because getting that intake manifold off was it was simple. Getting it on inside the car, you have to have some flexible hands. Like maybe I just need to upgrade my tools, but it was annoying to get in. I finally got the last bolts using the smaller quarter inch drive and the 12. This is a 10 on here now, but that's what I put on there before. But now I'm just figuring out the wiring. I do think I mean I guess alternators can be OBD1, 2, and all that because I'm pretty sure the plug for my old alternator is different from this one. Luckily, the distributor had on my old one had a OBD2 um the jumper to step down from OBD2 to OBD1. So I just popped that thing on. That's good. So I got that wired up. I got the main harness for the car wired, but I still need like the TPS, the map, um, the alternator ground. I need to bolt my ground back up, get my 3 points grounded, transmission, thermostat, and the the valve cover. And then once I do that, I have to put the plug back on the gas tank, give some gas in it. I do want to try to give power to the motor to see if the fuel pump works and is sending gas. That's why I don't want to put too much fuel in it. I just want to put enough, like a few gallons, to see if the fuel pump works and is sending gas, and then I'll go and snug back down the fuel line to the motor. And I had to use the injectors that I had because where'd I put them? I don't know if I said to you guys before, but like how these ones have the clip sides. I shaved my the clip pieces off so that my wire harness would fit them. But this motor, it was the same thing. I didn't feel like pigtailing and soldering, so I just kept them on that EK harness because I do want to sell that as a whole harness, or maybe just keep the harness because you never know when. And like I just know from experience with bikes, I keep a lot of parts from bikes because you never know when you're going to get a different bike. And that's why I kept so many Honda parts from my bikes because, I'll get a 70, I'll be able to rebuild it with spare parts. I want it to be the same thing because I know this isn't my, you know, first and last build. I'm going to continue doing builds after this, but I'm still thinking this is going to be my primary car. And I did think about the whole boost thing, and I have a neighbor who races. He does autocross, but he hasn't in a little bit. But he says it's coming back up in March, and I was like, that would be great because I'm starting to get more into like the racing aspect of cars and not just going in a straight line on a drag strip, like cornering, braking, and stuff like that. So that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I'm gonna pursue. All right, I don't know if you guys can see, but that is the prop valve that I ordered. It was a guy on eBay. Now, I wanted to get this out there because I feel it's going to confuse a lot of people. This won't, but what has been out there. Now, there's a lot of like forums where people are doing the ABS delete. I did the ABS delete. I did look up information, but for the most part, I did it my way when it came to the prop valve because everyone was saying use a 40/40 prop valve. So I thought you had to, and I kept using the word had. Do you have to use it? And everyone's like, use the prop valve, use the prop valve, use the prop valve. I didn't think it was so. I started looking up information on prop valves and how they work. I have a 30/40 prop valve, and I didn't have to buy any lines or anything. I just bought the 30, this is 93 Integra. Everything was stock. I deleted the ABS. I bought a 30/40 prop valve, bent the lines, and I did cut one line to change the fitting because one fitting will be too big, so you would have to put it to the smaller size. I did do that. It still worked. There's still excess line that I can bend, shape, cut, flare, whatever. But I only had to cut and flare one line to change the fitting. I bled all the brakes, and I think there might be a slight leak because there's some liquid up there. But other than that, all the brakes work. They're all good. No problem. So you can use a 30/40 valve. You can use a 30/30. You don't have to just use the 40/40. So don't kill yourself trying to get one. If you can get a 30/30 or a 30/40, it will work. You are not racing yet. You are not doing anything insane yet. You want the car to stop, those will work fine. But when you want to get into racing and dialing in your car, you're going to want to set yours up specific ways. And you have different brake sizes, different rotor sizes, and all that other stuff. Get to that down the line when you do. But for those of you who do want to do an ABS delete on a 90/93 Integra, you can use other prop valves opposed to just the just the 4040. Just had to get that out of the way. So yeah, I got the motor in. I have to finish up some wiring, get a few odds and ends done. I have the cross member back in. It's not tightened down, and I don't even have that front mount thingy there or wherever it goes. I don't think I'm gonna run that one. I want to get the innovative traction bar, so who knows what's gonna happen there. I gotta soon. My goal soon, like my birthday is the 26th. I'm hoping I can be not driving, but this car will be running, and I can just be like, I want to be at the point of fine tuning, like, running, like, high idle surge or something, or maybe it'll run perfect. Who knows? But that's where I want to get to. Replace the valve cover studs because these ones stripped, and so are the last ones. I am torquing it at the right spec. I'm going to have my torque wrench, which is brand new, recalibrated just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure it's on point, and the bolts that were just on here were not good. Um, I painted a little bit of inside the bay just to see how it would look. It did look nice. So when it comes time for me to like redo, because I bought brake line and I want to actually do like a fresh built already tucked, so I can make my own brake line. It's not expensive at all. This is the copper nickel steel. It's more flexible, pliable, can handle the load. So yeah, I mean, I could ramble on forever and ever, but I'm already at like 12 minutes into this video, and I don't know how much storage I have on my phone, so I'm probably gonna cut it short. But I'm still gonna do a wire tuck in the future. There's still a lot of things. Everything that I said I wanted to do besides boost is still on the list because I think if I'm gonna race, I'll do like LSV Tech. I don't think you can go do like circuit races with turbos, and it probably wouldn't be really reliable and efficient redlining the motor with the turbo in your car, depending on your boost. Who knows? But yeah. For if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you aren't subscribed to the channel and would like to be subscribed, it's easy as clicking a button. And stay tuned for the next video. I should be uploading uh like sooner because it was the bigger gaps were paused because I was taking a lot of time to do different things like get the motor, and I wanted it figured out before I just post a video like, hey, doing the motor, and then in that video you seen me fail doing the motor over and over and over and over, and then in the comment section I'm getting roasted. So I figured it out, got it done, and now I can give you the update that you guys have been waiting for. So I'm gonna end this video here. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you see anything that's like off that I probably don't see, let me know in the comments section. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.